So there's word of a G.I. Joe and Transformer crossover, guys. Oh my God. You know, I'm excited because I don't know how that's going to be. What's going to happen? I don't know. But we're going to find out all that and much more on this episode of the Miami Geeks. Stay tuned. Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of the Miami Geeks Weekly Updates brought to you by digitalcracknetwork.com. I'm your host, Punisher 305, and with me, as always, old school gaming specialist, Uncle Willie.
How's your day been?
Busy. That's just fucking busy. Yours?
Was an actually very uncharacteristically not busy day.
Oh, I'm kind of jealous.
Which
Fuck.
allowed me to just wander around on Reddit, and I started going into a rabbit hole that I think has changed me.
How much did it change you?
Well, now I know that I want a tablet for my computer.
Okay, yeah, that sounds right.
And I saw someone built a shrine to handhelds, and now I'm mad because I want that too.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and I saw a grilled cheese that looks like a football field.
Oh God, I saw it too. That is so. It's a giant freaking garlic bread grilled cheese. Oh my God!
Put it on the screen. Put it on the screen.
That's a huge bitch.
Like that makes
right
me
there.
fat just looking at it, and I'm already fat.
I'm pretty sure that I gained 20 pounds. I mean, you guys know that on camera you gain the weight. So yeah, that happens. I even smell it and it happens. So
no. Okay, they say, oh yeah, no, because the camera adds about 25 pounds.
Yeah.
But I have about 7 cameras on me right now, just looking at it.
All right. Well, you know what, ladies and gentlemen, this segment is brought to you by D2D.
Why?
Why not?
Why?
Because we're
Why
gonna.
do you do that to those poor people? They're wonderful people. Why do you always get the worst things I say and segue into them?
Because it's fun, and also we're cutting the fat. Ha!
Not as impossible. Not after seeing this sandwich. I mean,
that is amazing. But anyways, this segment is brought to you by D2D. Use promo code MIAGeeks10 to save 10% on your next purchase order. That's MIAGEEKS10. All in caps, description down below. Copy the promo code, click on the link, put it on the shopping cart. That's 10% save there, guys. Also, make sure to follow our friends at Decora Lights, which they got some killer LEDs and cool displays, which if you ask them to do a little engrave on it for a friend, family, love member, or maybe a boss, you could do it. And it's just really cool stuff guys. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification button. Just know we come with some amazing news, which is 3 times a week: Mondays, Wednesday, and Friday, and a little something in between, just for you, Willie. And now on with the show.
I got a little something I have to say.
Yes.
A question.
Yes.
Why would I buy my boss LEDs?
Why not?
What I want to
Tell
buy.
me no. Why not?
What I want to buy him is the slip I'm going to use to quit when I get rich and I don't need his ass no more. Maybe I can do it in LEDs.
There we go. I quit LED.
Makes sense.
See?
Okay.
Win-win.
I'm back in. All
right, guys. Well, let's get started. So, Ubisoft shutters trouble Tom Clancy game a year after launch. Oh boy. So, in August of last year, Ubisoft launched a mobile Tom Clancy action RPG called Elite Squad, which features characters like Rainbow Six, Ghost of Recon, Splinter Cell, The Division, and Hawks, or HAWX, because people are going to be anal about it, and War, which is a bunch of other stuff there. Well, you remember all that?
Yeah,
all right, cool.
You say Hawks.
Yeah,
Everyone
say
says
Hawks. Yeah, but I know people. That's not how you say it. It's HAWX.
I want to find that person. I want to find that person, and I want to publicly shame them. It's
I
Hawks.
will too.
Just like it's not AT-AT, it's at, and if you don't like it, you can at me.
Well, guys, so y'all remember that, right? Well, today, less than a full year later, Ubisoft Online Studios announced that Tom Clancy's Marvel Avenger is shutting down. Willie,
No, not Marvel's Avengers. They actually messed that. That was a mess up.
That was a mess. That's a mess up. That's why I was like, holy shit! Like Tom Clancy's Marvel's Avenger. I was like, I don't remember that.
I mean, I would say that it is Tom Clancy's Marvel's Avengers because it was a mobile game that combined characters from all these different Tom Clancy franchises.
Okay.
Which, by the way, is pretty sad considering that once upon a time the Tom Clancy license was a good thing.
It was like people will go ape shit just to have the game and everything in between.
I'm talking about more than the games because I'm biased on this one because
are you going for the books as well? Or
I used to love reading the Tom Clancy books.
Okay.
And some of the movies, I mean, I don't want to get into that.
You know, I want to tell you something. I have not seen none of the movies. You saw Hunt for October? Very little of it. I remember it, but very little of it.
You saw it?
Yeah.
Tom Clancy movie.
Well, it had good stars.
I liked it, even though it was very little like the book. I liked it. It was a nice popcorn flick. And seeing Sean Connery pretend to be Russian was wonderful.
Oh, amazing.
But everyone remembers Patriot Games more. Better movie, I think. In its own way. Harrison Ford, the good Jack Ryan.
Okay.
I will say that. The main character in most of the Tom Clancy books is Jack Ryan. So Harrison Ford makes a good Jack Ryan. But as far as this game, yeah, this was their Avengers. And they made a big deal about it. If you remember, we talked about this when they announced it for E3 last year. All right, they're going to do this and whatever. Well, didn't do that well.
I remember seeing it, and I was kind of like, I don't see this game being a big popular thing on mobile. So I was kind of like, whatever. I didn't really care about it.
Well, the original trailer. No, actually, there wasn't the original trailer. It was when it first launched. There was a cinematic that had some imagery that pissed people off because it was shamelessly copying Black Lives Matter. And they had to apologize and retract it. You know how that works. Yeah. And then people started playing the game and realized that it's just another gacha game. Another, oh yeah, it's free to play, but you know, we have these microtransactions.
You know.
So there was nothing there that people cared about. Like, really, seriously. I challenge anyone out there to go and tell me what they liked about Tom Clancy's Hawk series.
I don't even know. I wouldn't even know. Let's put it that way.
It's an air combat game.
Oh, don't care.
And yes, I have both of them on the PS3. That's not the point. The point is that, okay, outside of Splinter Cell, there wasn't anybody really of note that was in the series. Rainbow Six, Ghost Recon, The Division, End War. These are like generic games that until recently with Rainbow Six Siege had generic characters. What are you going to make out of those games that people, oh my God, I want to play as that one operative in End War. Really? Really? That's what you want to do? Okay. Whatever. And the messed up thing is that the studio that made this, Alien Studio, is a studio that's run by the son of Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot. Okay, well, you know, the CEO's son made a game that sucked. Yeah. And that's not even the worst thing that's going on with him right now.
Should we continue then?
Oh, please do.
All right, let's talk about the messy fuck up they're having right now with the stalled reckoning at an Assassin's Creed code developer. So it looks like Ubisoft Singapore has always been kind of his own internally to be one of the worst Ubisoft studios in the term of culture. That was actually said by a former developer. A publisher of Assassin's Creed. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, but I want you to think about that.
No, go ahead.
Think about all the things that Ubisoft is going through right now. There's a lawsuit.
It's shitty. It's really
They're
bad.
being raked over the coals because of allegations of allowing sexual assaults to happen and sexual abuse to happen. And they're saying here that Ubisoft Singapore was the worst of them.
That's
I'm
bad.
thinking eyes wide shut parties. Like I'm thinking full on orgies between the men and the women, and maybe there were some animals in there. And wait, who brought the flamethrower? Like, holy shit.
It's
But
bad.
I'm sorry. Please, please keep going. I didn't mean to cut you off, but damn.
No. You're trust me. You're not even cutting me off. I'm just pretty much saying the same thing right now. Like you're saying they're being raked through the coals like if it's a bad thing. Dude, I think that's the bare minimum. I mean, being thrown under the bus while moving 100 miles per hour, while getting hit by a struck train, by a train, while an airplane and a meteor hit the freaking train at the same time, I would say that's bad enough right there. This shit is just fucking crazy, man. This is fucking nuts. Like,
They're
what can I say?
They're basically accusing of they're accusing Ubisoft Singapore
Mm-hmm.
of being totally unprofessional in terms of culture. In other words, not just as that a couple of people or maybe bad apples. No. That everybody there pretty much had a pretty rotten culture to work with. Again, this is Ubisoft.
Mm-hmm.
And most of this, people are saying that most of the toxic stuff happened under a former managing director, Feud, I think it is. And after he left, things might have gotten a little bit better. But considering the amount of stuff that they worked on prior to him leaving, like they worked on Valhalla, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. They worked on Immortals Phoenix Rising. They were like a support studio for Ubisoft proper. And they had their hands in a lot of games. One game which is its own story. And I think maybe you want to bring that one up.
It looks like what we're going to be touching base at right now is it first was an Assassin's Creed expansion, but now Ubisoft in 8 years is an 8-year nightmare. So a few people said that it's cursed, and I kind of believe it. I really believe it. Others have no idea what they're supposed to be doing, making in this whole shit. So they're just pretty much fucked. I would say they were just set to just to die. Like that's it. Like they had no idea what they're doing. They had nothing to prepare. You're just set to fail. You're just set to fail. That's it.
The subject of this conversation is a game that when they showed it in 2017, I think it was 2017 on E3, I was like, I'm all over this. Skull and Bones.
That game looked good.
It was supposed to be an expansion to Black Flag from reports, but over time it became its own game. And again, it looked really good.
It did.
But
it literally did. That's the part where I'm still kind of like
but
why? How are you fucked, man?
And here's why I always say that you have to temper your expectations when you look at stuff in E3, because it looks like the stuff that we saw, and it was E3 2017, I was right.
Yeah.
The things that we saw in E3 in 2017, and then later in 2018, were fake.
That sucks.
The game did not exist. So I always say this. I know that everybody gets upset when I say it, but it's the absolute truth. Don't go for the hype. E3 is meant to be this thing where people go and throw things that look amazing to you because they
Which
want you to
it's
get hype.
known. It's
Because they
known.
want you to get hype because they want you to go and say, I want to pre-order that. I want to go throw money at a game that doesn't even exist yet, but looks really cool.
And that
This is
sucks,
what
man, because
happens.
it sounds it's like technically how we're well you're bringing it up. It's just una propaganda. It's just a propaganda, which is meant to make look pretty. Just give them what they want to see, and that's it. And then afterwards, oh sorry, that's all you get. You know,
Yeah,
so it kind
and
of
I
sucks,
gotta,
dude.
and I have to say this.
Yes.
Okay, in 2017, they had a nice looking reveal, and they had a hands-on demo.
Mm-hmm.
And then in 2018, the demo they had there looked even better. But it was supposed to launch in late 2018. Then they moved it to 2019. Then March 2020. Then March 2022. Now they're saying March 2023.
How about
How
they
much
just
game?
say? How about they just put out and just say never? I mean, would that
How
make more
many?
sense?
How many delays can you possibly say? Okay, it makes sense for them to go and say from 2018 to 2023.
I
This
don't
is
know,
like
dude.
almost.
I don't know.
This is almost Duke Nukem Forever levels.
Oof, that's bad, dude. And especially that you're saying it like that. Yeah, it's bad. That's not good.
Yeah. Now,
Uh,
would it come out? Maybe it
no,
will.
I don't think so, bro. I think this is all smoke and mirrors,
No, it may come
and they're
out.
just in the back. Mm,
There's a lot of games that get a lot of traction, and then there's trouble development, and they end up coming out just because listen, we said we were going to do this,
well,
and they end up being shit.
you're not wrong. I mean, remember that time when they talked about Marvel's Avengers, and they never talked about it again. Oof, like many years later.
Remember Prey 2,
Yeah.
a game that they have been hyping for years until finally Bethesda decided to take over everything and fire the studio that made the original game that was working on the sequel
They pretty
and
much
made
say
their own version of Prey.
they pretty much said, okay, you guys pray hard for Prey 2 and we'll see what happens.
That happens all the time. Like, I mean, no, not a lot of times, but it happens enough that you're like, holy shit. The Skull and Bones might be there. Considering that it's being worked on by a studio that is considered by many people in Ubisoft to be toxic, yeah.
All I can say, man, is I don't think it's gonna happen.
How about we talk about something better now?
I agree. I fucking totally agree. Look, let's talk about the PS5 gets a small console redesign, but don't get too excited. So that's still bad. It's still bad news. It's not good.
It's not bad news.
I mean,
It's
just
just
don't get too
news.
excited. Look, all right. So look, after several months of the market, the PS5 is finally about to get a little slimmer. And you know what? Fine, that's good. That's good. I'm not complaining about my PS5. I love my PS5, but that behemoth is huge as fuck. That shit's huge. Willie saw it, and that shit weighs.
It is.
That's not even paperweight. That's already like to hold down a car.
It is a chunky boy. Yes.
It's a chunky boy. So there's a
Now-
new model reversion that's coming out for the PS5 Digital Edition that has been confirmed in a new safety guide user manual on the official Japanese PlayStation website, and which it kind of shows you that it shaves 10 ounces off of it, so it's gonna be more like around 8 pounds, give or take. But nonetheless, that's 8 pounds. I mean, that's like 8 pounds around it. That's less than that bad boy over there. Still, that thing's heavy. I'm not gonna lie, that thing is heavy. I was afraid that if I put it on the table, it will break my table, or Willie will pretty much say that it's like another fucking Wi-Fi tower, or anything technical like that.
Listen, it's going to weigh only 8 pounds. Only.
Only Okay. Well, going you 8 pounds like that. I'm okay with that.
That's practically anorexic.
Yeah. Feed it some more. Make it a big boy.
Now, it's no surprise that this is happening. All consoles go through a phase where they start planning for a slimmer version to cut costs.
Mm-hmm.
This one might actually get pushed out earlier because of the fact that the human malware and the shortages that it caused is leading companies to try to find ways to cut costs on their hardware.
Okay.
I mean, it may not happen. I mean, it's not going to happen until at least 2022, but they are planning for it. Again, this is normal. The PS3 that I have is the slim version, and I also have a PS2 slim in the closet somewhere. You always end up getting slim versions of the console to cut costs.
Yeah, and then eventually now we're coming with with minis now.
I mean, it's going to happen. But there's one thing that I think is funny.
And that is?
When the Xbox One came out, the first model, that's the one that I have. I have the original OG Xbox One.
Okay.
People were complaining that it was too big and it was too heavy. You know how much the Xbox One weighed at launch?
How much?
7.8 pounds.
Oh, that's not that bad. I carry
So the PS5 that they're talking about, the digital version that's being slimmed down, by the way, weighs 8 pounds. And that's an improvement.
Okay.
Just saying.
All right. So, okay, so we have that, and now we also have the Xbox gaming cloud gaming being played on a smartwatch. I'm just staring at the camera because I can't believe this. So you can play Xbox cloud gaming titles on a smartwatch, and it'll just be cool and impractical. I mean, look, I don't know. I don't even know how I feel about this. Willie, you have a smartwatch. I have one, but it's just mainly just to tell me that I'm fat. But this thing is just too fucking hilarious, man. And then of course, 8-bit, the tiny 8-bit dual controller, they have it for you to play the fucking games on your watch. So, bro.
I just wanted to interject. I have a smartwatch too.
Yeah.
And it's also to tell me that you're fat.
So we have fat watches?
No, we're fat people.
Oh, okay.
But listen, put the image up on screen because this is hilarious.
No, it's.
You hear about people playing Doom on a calculator. This takes things to a whole different level. Like actually streaming a game on your smartwatch and playing it with a tiny 8-bit dual controller.
I swear to you, it's too funny. I mean, like, it's unbelievable that that's even happening.
Technology is pretty amazing.
Oh, it is.
And this happens because you're able to play Xbox cloud gaming games on a web browser. So if your smartwatch has a web browser on it, you can play Forza.
I just don't see myself doing that. That is just so dumb, like, to do that.
Okay.
Can you imagine just doing this right here, like that, like you cross your arms like that, and you're playing the control? I don't. Or you're just there like this, kind of like looking over while you have your control this and this side. I don't know. No.
You know who can do it?
Who?
Aaron, one-handed gamer.
That fucker can do anything. He can do it.
Like obviously he won't have the watch on, but he'll have the watch there. And he'll be able to play it with one hand. And he'll be able to kick our asses in the game.
Oh my God. The guy is really good with one hand. He's just that good with one hand in fucking Call of Duty. And I can barely do shit with two. I mean,
I can't play the game at all. I'm a piece of shit in the game. This has been like, we have enough empirical evidence to be able to say 100% without a doubt that Uncle Willie sucked at these fucking games. I see you play Call of Duty, and he's playing on a level that my pissant lizard brain can't even comprehend.
Are you fucking kidding me? Like the boy, like he runs circles around me twice, 3 times if he wants to, and I'm looking at him going, "Please slow down." My eyes, no, please.
I can't. I am unable to. I watch him play the game, and the only thing I'm thinking is, I play Minecraft.
Yeah,
Because I
like
can't.
I'll go back to Tetris or something nicer, simple. Simple times.
I referenced the previous conversation I had about how you and Agent Joe and Sergio decided that y'all gonna get, you know what? Let's play Call of Duty Warzone because of the zombie thing, and let's have Willie join us. And Willie, because he doesn't know shit, immediately gets killed, and you 3 fucking bastards are planning tactics on my dead fucking rotting ass because fuck all 3 of you.
So what you're saying is
not that I'm bitter or anything.
So what you're trying to imply?
I'm not implying anything. I'm outright saying that I suck at the game. You know what game I do want to play?
Which one?
And it's not an FPS, it's a third-person shooter.
What?
Have you seen the preview builds for Aliens Fireteam Elite?
Why does that sound familiar?
Please tell me that you have, because if not, you're gonna have to watch it now.
Aliens Fireteam Elite. That sounds familiar. Like I know I've talked about it, I think. Okay, think Left 4 Dead. Okay. Both aliens, right?
But xenomorphs.
Yes, I remember now. Yes. That game, definitely I want to play. I'll be screaming, but I want to play it.
Like, I know that I've been scarred before. Everyone that played Aliens Colonial Marines knows what being scarred means.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks pretty fucking cool.
I do agree with that. But Willie, we have to cut this part and we have to continue, dude, because besides all the good things that we want to talk about, the Alien Fire Team and all this crap that we talked about above, let's get down to something that happened that I wasn't even aware about until today. And it's Netflix bleeds subscribers in the US and Canada with no sign of recovery. So 430, yeah, right? 430,000. Yeah, 430,000 lost subscribers in US and Canada. In the second quarter, it issued weaker than expected forecast. Dude, Willie, what happened? That's my thing. What happened?
I don't know exactly what happened.
Like, what's going on here? Because the fact is that I know that they're the top dogs. They've been the top dogs for a long time. You know, now that Disney Plus, Hulu, and all these are coming around. So why they're dropping so hard right now from Netflix? So something must have happened. That's my thing.
Well, they lost 430,000 subscribers in the second quarter because, listen, we've talked about this before. Right now in the streaming space, there's a lot of competition. You think about Disney Plus, you think about Apple TV, you think about HBO Max, you think about what's Comcast one. They have Peacock and they have what? Oh no, Comcast is Peacock and now Paramount Plus is coming out. And Discovery did the merger with Warner Media, and so there's going to be another one. There's a lot of competition there among the big cats.
Yeah.
But did you know that there are more than 100 streaming services out right now?
Oops, that's a lot.
Listen, there's a streaming service for horror movies.
Yeah,
Shudder.
That's true. Shudder.
There's a streaming service for British television, BritBox.
Mm-hmm.
There's the Puppet Master people have their own streaming service.
So does,
I will never get over that.
So does what's it called, that movie that, you know what you're talking about, the Diamond, what's that lady's name, dude? The one that they did in Red Letter Media that they took.
Oh, you are not. No, don't talk to me about.
You know what I'm talking about.
They have their own versus the White Fox.
Yeah, those people. They have their own shit.
They have their own streaming service.
Yeah.
Ah, fuck, buddy.
Oh yeah, they have their own stream service, but it's not
Ah,
just their
fuck, buddy.
movies. It's just like, well, yeah, it's some of their movies and like I guess like little talk shows that they do together and stuff like that. Yeah, with that chick that swears that for Christ that she was freaking involved in everything.
I'm not gonna ask that you put anything up involving these people.
Oh, I'm not.
All I ask is for our loyal followers and listeners to go and look for Diamond Cobra versus the White Fox on their own.
I'm pointing
And
out,
please-
like, pointing, so they can make sure to find it.
Please, I hope that you find the Red Letter Media review of it because it's glorious. But please, go look for this and tell me, okay, try to convince me that that is the kind of material that warrants its own streaming service. Talk to me. Talk to me like I'm a 4-year-old.
Please. You know what? Let's talk about that.
But
And everything else in between, comment down below. We need to.
But-
Yeah, go.
that level of competition, well, not
Yeah.
just that. With over 100 streaming services,
Mhm.
that's a lot of people that are trying to nip at Netflix's business.
Yeah.
And yeah, Disney is well equipped to handle it. HBO Max may be equipped to handle it. Maybe Peacock can throw something in there because they all have their own exclusives. HBO Max was leaning on the fact that they had Justice League, so they were gonna release the Snyder Cut, and they are the ones that have Friends. So if you want to watch Friends, you have to have HBO Max. And Disney is like, yeah, we got Disney movies. You want them.
Come and get them.
But past that, who the fuck cares?
I do agree. You're
Like,
right.
who the fuck cares that Paramount is going to have its own streaming service?
Like, who cares?
And even then, you know what came up on my radar that I'm
What?
like, why the fuck does this exist?
Hmm?
Okay, you know that Disney is trying to do a thing where they're reviving old series to have content for Disney Plus.
Yeah.
All right. Monsters Inc. TV series. Okay. High School Musical. Yeah, all right. The kids like that.
Yeah.
I want you to be the one to sit there and explain to me why. Give me a reason why. I want you to convince me that we needed a TV series for Turner and Hooch.
I know. I can't. I saw it. Not saw it, but I saw it on my TV. I was like, there's something wrong with Tom Hanks. He looks weird. And then I
Yeah.
come to realize that's a TV show.
Yeah.
I'm not okay with that.
Someone explained to me how Turner and Hooch was a good idea.
I don't even know.
I mean,
I'm
this
still
happens
baffled
because
about it.
this happens because Netflix, unfortunately for some, is the king of content. Ever since they released Orange is the New Black,
Mhm.
they redefined what a streaming service is. It's not about just having cool documentaries and movies from 1987. It's about original programming.
Yeah.
Disney Plus has the hardware to go after Netflix as far as original programming. I mean, you and I can't shut up about Loki.
At all.
And HBO Max, I mean, they can. The Friends reunion was something that was nice.
It was not bad. I mean, I actually enjoyed it. So yeah.
My nephew's into it now.
Friends?
Yeah.
I'm actually shocked. That's great.
I blame a really good friend of mine. She got him into it, and he's like halfway through season 3 right now.
That's good. I'm telling you right now, that's a good series. The whole fucking Friends series is actually funny as fuck.
Oh, it's
Me and
funny.
the wife saw
It's
it.
funny.
It's good. It's good shit.
Some people have the stigma of, oh no, it's a chick flick in TV show form.
Nah,
funny.
it's not no chick flick. It's actually, it has its good levels of humor for men, women, everything, bro. It's actually really good.
Yeah, it's funny. And
But
yeah,
you know
the
what?
fact that HBO Max likes it out for himself. All right, that's how you're gonna make your streaming service work.
All right, but you know what, Willie? Let's laugh. We need to laugh right now. and I'm going to
Yes,
talk about
please.
it. And it's about a previous episode that we talked about a couple of weeks ago about how Vin Diesel, he kind of had to explain to people, when the whole F9 movie came out, that that he had to talk to Dwayne the Rock Johnson, the way he had to like kind of give him tough love, being that he was in the WWE, and then trying to make him come into character because he was playing in such a big movie like F9.
Well, actually,
And
no, because remember that The Rock he started in Fast Five.
yeah, no, I'm sorry, I said F9 for being an idiot, but yeah, like in the Fast and Furious series, let's put it that way. That it was like such a big franchise for him because he's just a wrestler, so he's kind of like easing him in by talking hard to him, for he can get used to tough love and stuff like he gets in WWE. So
Yeah, so he can get into character.
yeah, so we got a response back from The Rock. You want to know what it is?
It's not what I want it to be.
Actually, it's more than I wanted. I mean, I wish it was more than what I'm going to say, but it's something that I would have done too in his face. And he laughed hard. That's all he did. He laughed so hard.
Please read the quote.
I'm going to read the quote. I'm going to read the quote right now. I laughed, and I laughed hard, he said. I think everyone had a laugh at that, and I'll leave it at that. And that I've wished them well. I wish them well in Fast 9, and I wish them all the best of luck in F10 and F11. And the rest of the Fast and Furious movies they do will be without me. So there's that. So yeah, we're not gonna see The Rock anymore in the finales of the Fast and Furious franchise, because after he did Hobbs and Shaw, that's it. Like that sucked for him. He was like, this bullshit. Like, I think the movie bombed, right?
I don't think that. I mean,
I heard that the movie bombed. I'm not saying that.
As far as box office, but as far as oh my god, that grown people actually did that, I thought it was perfect.
Okay, cool. So yeah, there's that, Willie, and I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty glad that he did that. I'm pretty glad that he took that high road and said what he said very professionally, which I'm gonna say right now. Anybody in that situation would have said everything. We would be like, you know what, fuck him, and I hope the F9 franchise shit goes down in shit, which it is. But he's very classy, and I'm pretty sure his PR told him, bite your tongue and just say nice things, and that you're not gonna be there, and leave it as that. That's more of a slap in the face, anyways.
No, I'm sorry.
No.
I know that he's trying to be the better man.
Okay.
And he was on a press junket for the Jungle Cruise, which, by the way, Emily Blunt got her little dig in there too, because Emily Blunt is awesome. But I'm sorry, that's not the response I wanted.
What would please Willie? What response would Willie like to hear or love to hear from The Rock?
I would have loved for him to start off by like, oh no, they're doing well. And, I see that, their movies are really doing good. And then he would bust out with just play the clip.
It doesn't matter how you feel.
That is funny.
I'll
be pleased.
Listen.
I would have been pleased if that had happened.
And followed by the people's elbow.
Oh my God, yes. What? Dude, end it right there. I would have been happy. Please, take all my money, even though it's not even a movie, but take it all, please. Just take it.
That would have been awesome. And again, I'm gonna bring it up because you didn't mention it, but I have to mention it.
Oh,
Emily
please go on.
Blunt took a further dig.
Oh, how?
Because she rocked the Dwayne Johnson, said what he had to say, and then she's like, just thank God he was there. He carried you through that. I'm like, wow. Emily Blunt, yeah. You good. We good. We good.
Damn. That's all I gotta say. Damn.
We good.
All right. So, enough of that shenanigans. Let's get down to the real deal, guys. And it's G.I. Joe and Transform movie crossover is inevitable. So that's what the producer says. So from what I'm thinking already, I'm already going pretty much 1,000 miles per hour here in my head that we might end up seeing the whole G.I. Joe crew. I mean, right now we're going to go through Snake Eyes, which is going to happen. It's coming out this week, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to get Snake Eyes. And depending on that franchise, how well it does, I guess they're going to start doing something with Transformers. I'm not sure how, but I'm pretty curious to know. I mean, will that mean that if G.I. Joe and Transformer happens, do you think that we might get some sort of crossover with Mask and a bunch of other things, Willie?
They did mention that there was going to be a crossover between properties.
Okay.
They had said Transformers with Rom, with Mask, and with another property I don't remember right now. But, like, truthfully, okay, when the first G.I. Joe movie came out, I'm like, it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time before these fools meet the other fools in the Transformers universe. Because they're both Hasbro products, as far as the toys, and the property as far as the licensing in the States belongs to Hasbro. You know they're going to get them together. This is the ultimate. Seriously, I imagine in my head, it's like imagine the hand in Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
Smashing together Transformers and G.I. Joe toys together. That's what that's literally what I'm imagining. All I care about is that number one, I want those Cobra battle tanks from the 80s, which were fucking awesome. Please put them up on the screen. Those things are gorgeous and practical, but they look fucking awesome.
It did.
And number two, and I'm gonna admit this is a weakness on my part, and this is a horrible thing for me to say, but the Baroness.
Yeah.
Say whatever you want to say, but when you saw that first G.I. Joe movie, you remember the Baroness.
Yes, I do. Got a good memory of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you know, yeah, she did delightful. Yes.
But yeah, a live action Transformers G.I. Joe crossover.
That'd be interesting.
Well,
I'm not gonna lie. If they keep with the whole Gen 1, let's say they go all Gen 1 for G.I. Joe and fucking Transformers, how would you feel, Willie?
Okay. Paramount producer Lorenzo Di Bonaventura is the one that's saying that it's inevitable.
Yes.
Hollywood execs are looking at both franchises. They see the Transformers made major bucks worldwide. If this Snake Eyes movie does well, yeah, it's going to happen.
Awesome.
The whole shared universe thing is a thing ever since Marvel showed them how to do it. And Marvel wasn't the first, but they are the most recent. And everybody wants a shared universe now.
Yeah.
So yes,
everybody wants a freaking universe.
Any moment now, I will see Sergeant Slaughter driving Optimus Prime into the battlefield.
Oh, stop! I'm in camera. I cannot do what I gotta do.
Well, I mean, I don't know what you were thinking about doing.
The cha-cha slide. What the fuck you think I was gonna do?
Oh. I don't see how Sergeant Slaughter can do it, considering he's 72 years old.
That's another thing. But there are candidates that can maybe play him-ish.
Although, if you remember,
the
original script for Die Hard had Frank Sinatra.
I mean, anything is possible. Anything is possible.
Yes, it is. But, yeah.
Well, Willie, let's see how you feel about this, because it looks like we finally have a Barbara Gordon. Good job, Gabe. Wow. We have a Barbara Gordon for the movie, for the Batman movie, and she's gonna be playing Batgirl as well, as we all know this already from the comic books. But the character, the actor's name is Leslie Grace. She's a
Now, wait,
Dominican. She's a
for the-
Dominican. What?
For the record, it's not for the Batman movie.
Oh, it's not for the Batman movie.
It's for the Batgirl movie they're working on at HBO Max.
Oh, I see. I apologize. I thought it was for a Batman movie, but it's for the Batgirl movie. And the actor that's playing Barbara Gordon. I'm going back to the Goldman. Why?
Barbara Gordon. Barbara Gordon. Yeah.
Sorry. So we have her that she's gonna play Barbara Gordon. You know what? She's gonna play Barbara.
Wow.
God, I can't even say that last name. I'm even reading it. But the thing is that
attention. May I have your attention, please?
Yes.
Someone,
yes.
Johnny Derp on line 5. I repeat, Johnny Derp on line 5.
Derp is here. So
say it.
Barbara Gordon.
There you go.
There we go. So who's playing her? Glad you asked. It's Leslie Grace, and she's Dominican, which a lot of people are having an issue just trying to put their heads into this because she's Latina, dark skinned and everything, when everybody knows that Barbara is a white girl. So a lot of people are having an issue with this. And of course, some of our colleagues as well. Willie, being that this is happening, I know that we're going through the whole, give everybody a chance, no whitewashing and stuff like that. Like I'm just saying a couple things just for everybody to understand. Like, make sure that there's diversity in movies and stuff like that for every ethnic. But a lot of people are kind of pissed at the fact that Batgirl is actually Latina. And what would you say, or how do you feel about this?
Well, I am of two minds of this.
Yes.
Because I see it from I really do try to see things from all perspectives.
Okay.
Because it's not just what Uncle Willie thinks. Usually, when Uncle Willie thinks things, he's been drinking. You have to take what he thinks with a grain of salt. But no, I really do try to see things from different perspectives.
Yes.
And there's a backlash to Barbara Gordon being a Latina. The same way there was backlash when they announced who Ariel was going to be for the live action Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
And listen, this is how I see it. For many people, they grew up with some of these characters. And so the thought of Halle Bailey being Ariel might irk them because it's like, no, I remember her being a ginger.
It's too much for people to comprehend, that, in other words.
But by the same token, listen, these are stories. And a lot of times, you just gotta, take stories and mess with them. Not too much, but sometimes you could tell a story a different way.
I mean, it is true. But then again, we could be looking at this in a different other light. Being that we talked about different universes, maybe this could be a different timeline, a different universe for DC, I'm guessing.
Entirely possible. It's however they want to spin it. Let's be honest. At the end of the day, this is about spin.
It is.
Back when the Marvel Ultimate comic books had a half black, half Puerto Rican Spider-Man, people, initially were kind of skeptical, but they warmed up to Miles Morales.
Yeah.
And now he's a mainstay in Marvel Comics. Does it always work that way? No, not really. For every Kamala Khan, there's 3 or 4 other heroes that it's like, I don't want a South Korean Hulk.
That's true.
I don't want a female Iron Man.
Yeah,
there's going to be pushback. There's going to be different types of pushback. But the way I see it is, listen, these are stories. At the end of the day, these characters, yes, we invest a lot of our time and our childhood memories sometimes for
Yeah.
people who grew up with people like Little Mermaid and Batgirl. But this is not like, oh no, now you're gonna make her black. Now you're gonna make her Latina. No, not really. I mean, yeah, there's a black girl playing one character, Latina playing another character, but it's all right. We still have white people. We have plenty of white people. And in 5 years, who knows? They'll make another Little Mermaid, and she'll be white again.
Yeah.
And we'll have another Batman because we have like 35 different Batman projects.
No, of course. We have
And there'll
them
be a
all.
Batgirl there, and she'll be white again.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's how the cookie crumbles, should I say? Because
pretty much.
it's just that way. There's no way of even remotely saying that you're wrong, Willie, because it is. It's been happening. Look, we got Batman for all the years. We had him from the TV shows. We had him for the movies. And then they bought him for the cartoons. And then they always change him up somehow, some way. There's always a change. We
But
had Superman for the
case of-
years as well.
In the case of Batman, he's always been a white dude.
Yeah.
And he's always been a rich white dude. You don't have all of a sudden a Batman that is down on his luck Scottish kid.
It's true. But then
But
you also
again,
you also have a different story for all of them though.
every
Well, a different
like,
character.
like okay, there are some people that are against the whole multiverse thing,
Mm-hmm.
which I can kind of understand because you grew up knowing one Captain America. Now Marvel Comics is about to release a comic where there's 5,
Jesus.
and one of them is openly gay,
Yeah. We talked about
and that
yeah.
pisses some people off. But then again, you think about it this way: 2 years ago, we had a Nazi Captain America, and we survived that.
Yeah, you know what? I still think that's hilarious though.
That actually
Oh,
turned out to be a pretty good story.
It was funny though. It was kind of like a what if series though, right?
No, it
No, it was
wasn't.
an actual. It was an
It
actual
was
thing.
continuity. It was
Oh, okay,
continuity.
okay.
I don't want to get into it now, but bottom
that's
line,
fine.
yeah. For a minute, you had a Captain America Hydra agent,
Yes.
and yeah, people lost their shit. But the story evolved. There was a Secret Empire storyline, and it got to be a pretty interesting story. That's what I mean. Sometimes you got to go and turn things on their heads, so you can get good stories. You can get new, not just good stories, but new stories.
Yeah.
Captain America can't always be the righteous, red, white, and blue, stars and stripes. I'm always going to side on the side of right. Sometimes it's good to see a Captain America that's a little edgy. That's how we got U.S. Agent.
Yeah.
Which, by
You
the
know
way,
what? I'm fine with that.
a Wyatt Russell,
Yeah.
he's good. He'll
Yes.
make a good U.S. Agent.
He's good. I like his craziness. It's the right amount of
Oh,
crazy.
yeah.
It's the right amount of crazy.
Yeah.
It's good.
You can
Willie-
sometimes get really good, interesting stories out of that.
No, it's
yes.
true, man. You build a lot of character with good people. Like if you can get a good actor for a certain role, you can do a lot of things. I mean, shit. We got Deadpool with Ryan Reynolds, which is amazing. I'm having fun with it.
I mean, seriously, who else would you have cast as Deadpool?
Well, nobody.
Literally,
To be
Ryan
real.
Reynolds was the only person.
Yeah, it was meant for him, technically.
That was his role.
Yeah.
And he owned it.
But we have Spider-Man now with this kid, which he does really well. He does
Tom
really
Holland?
well. Yeah.
People still see Tobey Maguire as their Spider-Man.
I mean, he wasn't bad either at that time.
No,
But
I think that he was a great Peter Parker. Not as much as a Spider-Man, but he was a great Peter Parker.
okay, yeah, I see where you're going. Yeah, I do agree on that too.
And can we all agree that nobody liked Andrew Garfield?
You know what? I liked him. I like his wit and the fact that he was in college and making
He was a better
capsules for Spider-Man. That's what I kind of liked about it.
He was a better Spider-Man than Tobey Maguire.
I agree. Yes.
He was not as good of a Peter Parker as Tobey Maguire was.
Yeah, that right there makes more sense.
Because
I do agree with you.
As Peter Parker, he looked like a douche.
He did.
He wasn't
the
the
whole
nerdy,
skateboard
character. Yeah, he wasn't the nerdy character that people looked down on him. And no, he just looked like a douche as Peter Parker.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man is a douche.
Yeah.
He's a lovable douche.
Yes, he is. I mean, he has that humor. But then you have, I was going to say Andrew Garfield. God, Jesus Christ. Then you have Tom Holland, which he's perfect in both ways. Like, he looks like a young kid going through high school. And then,
I don't think so.
You don't?
I don't. I think he's a great Peter Parker.
Yeah, Peter Parker. But as a Spider-Man, he's funny because he has
insecure and quiet and to himself and unsure of himself. But
why not? But why not Spider-Man? I mean, I thought like his humor, Spider-Man, like all the little things he'll say and shit like that was pretty funny.
He strikes me as a cosplayer that just happened to get bit by a radioactive spider.
Okay.
Like, I loved him. I love the way he plays Spider-Man, in Civil War.
Okay.
But as he goes along, it's less like he's a superhero and more like he's an empowered cosplayer.
Okay. You know what?
Like Spider-Man always had the bravado to him, even though he was insecure. That's why I think Andrew Garfield played him well, because Spider-Man was a douchebag. He was a friendly neighborhood douchebag, but he was a douchebag.
Yeah, he was. But you know what, Willie? I want to leave that right there open for our viewers. I would love them to see this and give us a response on their thoughts about Tom Holland as Spider-Man, or pretty much anything that we talked about above. Please comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. And Willie, we have reached the end.
Okay, we reached the end, but
yes,
can I bring up something that's just totally not that we were not going to talk about today?
The floor is
something
yours.
That bugs me.
The floor is yours, please.
I wasn't in the podcast on Monday because sometimes life gets in the way.
Of course. But
there was something that I saw that I wanted. I actually put it on the script, but I don't think we talked about, and it's something that bugs me personally because it involves a hobby that I like, that I love, and that I feel is getting fucked up. Did you hear about the recent spend-a-thon that's been going on in video game collecting?
No, I haven't. What's going on?
Well, I know that we may have talked about it. I don't remember. But there was a copy of Legend of Zelda, the original NES game, that sold for $870,000. And it was a slabbed game. And for those of you who don't know, a slabbed game is a game that has been graded by, there's certain companies that grade collectibles, graded and put in a slab.
Okay.
This is already a sealed, we did talk about it.
Yes.
This was a sealed game that was put in a slab, meaning that that's a video game that no one will ever play because someone who evidently has a small dick decided they want to throw a lot of money at something to feel important.
Eventually, but
it sounds brutal the way I'm saying it, and I would normally apologize, but fuck this shit, because this came on the heels of someone paying $660,000 for a copy, a slabbed copy of Super Mario Brothers. I have 5 copies of the fucking game right now.
Yeah, he does.
None of them are sealed. It's an incredibly common game,
Very common.
Just because of the way that it was sealed, it got graded highly and it sold for $660,000. Well, over the weekend, they topped all of that because someone went and saw an auction for a slabbed, sealed copy of Super Mario 64
Okay.
and decided I want to throw 1.56 millions
Oh shit! No.
at
no.
that game.
Nope.
I'm not okay. Collectors all have they all have their own little niches.
Yeah.
Like right now, I'm in the middle of saying, okay, I want a complete collection of all Sony games.
Yeah.
So PS1, 2, 3, 4, eventually 5, and PSP and Vita. I'm close to having a complete PS3 collection. As of last count, I have 1,005 games. But, you know, they're open games, complete. I want complete games, but, you know, I like to have the games open so I can play them. Who knows? Maybe one day I do want to play Hannah Montana. Don't judge me. I have grandchildren.
Bruh, relax. You think I'm gonna judge you? Come on.
But still, like, okay, you know, you wanna have a lot of games because it's cool to have a lot of games. Go for it. You want to collect the games?
Mm-hmm.
All right, you know, I want to have the, you know, I want to have all the games that came out for whatever console.
Yeah.
Go for it. There are people who want to have sealed collections. Okay, I may not understand it, but I get the pull of it. Like I remember when I was a kid going to Toys R Us and seeing a wall of games and saying one day when I grow up I want to have that wall. I want to go and have all those games. So having an entire collection of games that are sealed like they were in Toys R Us, yeah, okay. You know what? I can see the allure. Once you're talking about slabbed games that if you break it out of its slab, you have lowered the value of it. I think that goes against what collecting's about. If only because you're collecting inanimate objects that have no value other than, I say that's worth a lot of money.
I agree.
And I'm not the only one. Like Ars Technica wrote up this really, really, really intense article. I think you should link this because I think it's worth reading.
Okay.
About how even collectors are wondering how the fuck we got here.
I'm kind of wondering that. Like, how did we get to a point where we're almost collecting everything?
No, it's not a matter of collecting everything. I've shared videos with you of Last Gamer, Joel, who lives in Australia. That man has an absolutely insane collection of games.
And arcades.
And arcade cabinets because he works, him and his wife, they have a business where they restore arcade cabinets.
Yeah.
Collecting games.
I'm baffled about that still.
Collecting games in and of itself is not a new thing. One guy, Antonio Monteiro, I think his name is, he holds the Guinness Book World Record. He has over 21,000 games.
Jeez, where does he live?
At last count, because this was a few years ago that he got the Guinness Book World Record. And Joel had it before, Last Gamer, and he just stopped caring because all he cared about was getting the games, and he has all of the games.
Fuck.
He lives in Australia, so he has all the Australian PAL games, plus European PAL games, plus North American games, plus Japanese games. This man collects everything.
We gotta go visit him.
Collecting in itself is, you know, as a hobby, I think it's awesome. I think it's cool.
I think so too.
But that kind of collecting where you're throwing tons of money at one game that you'll never play, I don't know.
I don't know either.
$1.56 million will buy my entire game collection 10 times over.
Yeah. I do agree on that.
And they're spending it on one game.
Yeah.
I wanted to vent on that. I appreciate you giving me the chance to vent on it because holy shit.
No, it's fine, dude. I mean, again, this is something that I would love to see where our audience got to talk about and, you know, fill in. Let us know what you guys think about even that, the whole collecting, and let us know what your thoughts are. But all good things come to an end. And
That's what
This,
my
and-
ex-wife said.
well, I don't think that's a bad thing. But yeah, anyways.
But
But
it is a bad thing. God damn it.
sorry. So, anyways, this segment is brought to you by D2D, guys. Use promo code MIAGeeks10 to save 10% on your next purchase order. That's MIAGEEKS10 on the cast description down below. You know the drill, guys. And also make sure to follow our guys at Decora Lights. Amazing stuff. They have cool ADs. Make sure to check them out and let them know that Miami Geeks sent you. And as always, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification button. Just know what comes with some amazing news, which is 3 times a week. Mondays, Wednesday, and Friday, and a little something in between. And ladies and gentlemen, that's a wrap. We'll see you on Friday, God willing. Peace.
I hope so. Bah!